What's up, guys? It's Amma Jamma here. I'm going to do a quick little video on what to expect next week, including levels, some of the setups for some of our major favorite stocks. No, I'm not doing LEHQ. All right, we're going to start with the SPY. Here we go. So obviously we have this zone that I made a video yesterday about. It was this box here. If you're not sure what I'm talking about, look at my playlist on YouTube. You will see the video, or go to the podcasts and video tab down under the resources in the Discord. So we can see pretty clear what we're looking at in SPY for what's next. All right, we got a couple different things. We lost this zone. Bounce, bounce, bounced, lost the zone, trying to come back and test it. What does that mean? That means that is a pretty important zone. Even if so, I got the 4-hour on right now, so we want to go pretty much to the lower end of this zone, which I'm going to put as right there. So what I'm looking at next week is the following. We're going to do one of two things. We're going to pop up into this zone and chop around within this zone, something like this. And we're either going to pop up, but when we pop up, I expect us to get, like I said, that little bit of chop 590 and then break it. And if we do pop up, then I would be looking to 597 or so level on the upside, or we're going to get that rejection and have the next leg down. If we have the next leg down, I like entries, so I will put a red and a green where I like entries. So on the next leg down, I would like entries. This is for Monday. This is not for today, guys. Below like 587 or so. That would probably be my put entry around that area, unless something substantial happens between now and then. On the rejection, if we come up, we test this level and we reject, I would look for puts around there, and I would look for calls at the break and the hold of like 592.50. So those are two zones I'm looking at. I would not, again, I'm going to repeat this, purgatory, do not enter. Do not enter, because we don't know if we're going to heaven or hell at that point. Do not enter between these two boxes. This is day trades only. I would not day trade between like 587 and 592. Yes, it's like a 1% range. So huge, 6 points. Yeah, but that's within this zone that has been a major catalyst, a major bounce area for a very long time. All right, let's pop on. Let's just see where we got volume shelves on. So let's pop on VRVP, volume profile. And as you can see, there's a reason we shot through this area the way we did. So look at this. And this is why we shot through that area so quickly yesterday, guys. And this is why using this this indicator is so important. Look at the volume right in that area. And we're going back to all this where it looks like it's chop, but it's a low volume area right here with spiking volume below it and above it. So we knew yesterday when we lost that zone, we were going to shoot through it relatively quickly, because it's a hole, it's a void. This is where we get a liquidity surge, a volatility surge. That's our liquidity zone. So that makes sense that happened. All right, so anyway, between those two zones, not really looking at anything. We really want to see that break in that hold of like 592 or the loss like 587. And no, I'm not, unlike a lot of people I know, going to go back next week if we do get a move and say, I was right. I'm not giving you a trade here. This doesn't mean I was right, because I'm telling you, could go up, could go down. And then I come back next week and pat myself on the head. Oh, hell to the no. Sorry. That's not the way it works. I see way too many people that do that bullshit. All right? So I don't know which way I think it's going to go. So we'll see, though. So we have a volume shelf pretty much where we bounced today, as you can see as well. Look at this volume shelf right here. That's very interesting. It's kind of like where we tried to prop up and where we're at right now. So that's what I'm looking at on the SPY. There goes the rant. Hey, I promise I will not talk about Donald Trump today, though. All right. So anyway, that's what we're looking at in the SPY. What else was our list? Let me find my list here. Okay. Couple swings we're looking at. UPS. 2 people asked for this one. Oh, going to delete everything on this chart. We're starting fresh. All right. So we're in a little liquidity void right here. You see that, guys? Oh, that's sexy. Can you see why we shot through this area today? I don't know. Can you see it? All right. So immediately we have this pivot point. Oop, didn't mean to do that. I have different hotkeys on Webull versus TradingView. All right. So we got that zone right there. Period. This is a substantial reversal pivot point. Second substantial reversal pivot point is right here. And we're right between those two. Oh, shit. I did it again. There we go. And obviously, we're going to put a fibs on that bad boy. How far did that come down? Oh, whoa, I'm way too far. All right. Well, I'm not touching calls here with a 10-foot pole. We're going to raise this up because this is actually a 50% retrace too. We got 120.72. That's really what we need to see the break in the hold of. So we got the same thing, and we're in the void. Look at that volume. We're literally in the liquidity streaking void right there. Very interesting. Literally the lowest volume of any poise on the chart. Like, you know, this is point of control. This is like point of insanity. Lowest volume of the entire chart right there. So that's interesting. So what I'm looking at on UPS is either we're going to get the rejection or the push through. I want to see us come a little bit close to 50% retrace. All right. And I either want to see that hard rejection where we come back down and we play to the 25% retrace, or we want to see the break in the hold. If we get the break in the hold of 120.72, I love calls. Love calls there. All right. So we're looking at like, hourly candle open and close above 120.72. We play that up to the 123.90. And then we get that secondary bonus target if we break our 618 up through full retrace. So those would be our target levels, and then we would have a very obviously clear stop loss if we lose a 50% retrace. So I like calls, and I'm kind of leaning bullish. This wants to keep going up. We'll see what happens. Obviously, you can't take it before confirmation. So I would say 121. First hourly candle close above 121 for our call entry. But we have to have that confirmation. We are too close to that point right now. All right, because we're sitting at what? 119. I mean, sure, you can make play at 119 up to 120.72. We got to break that area. We are in a slip and slide right here. The liquidity is awesome. I wish I would have seen the break right here. And I think someone tried to tell me this morning. Right here, when we broke like 118.50, that had been an awesome little day trade there. Anyway, so that's what I'm looking at on this one. I'm not really interested in a put position, to be honest, unless we see like a hard rejection. And then even then, I wouldn't take the puts until we lose this area again. So that would be my put entry right there. And I would not touch puts below that. Or above that. Or, I mean, yeah, above that. So puts would be way down here at this level. So that's what I've got on UPS. I hope that answers your questions. And it gives us an incredible risk reward, because if we took that entry at that 121, and obviously an hourly open and close candle below stop loss would be, below that level would be our stop loss. So let's say even all the way down to like 119.70. And then even just for target 1, you've got a 2-to-1 risk reward. And then for target 2, you've got, what, a 10-to-1? Yeah, 10-to-1 risk reward. Great setup, great chart. Thank you for asking about this one. That's what I'm looking at on UPS. Let me put this chart in the chat for those that refuse to watch videos. And copy that. All right, Disney's next. Here's UPS. All right, Disney. All right, this one's a little like it is definitely chopping it up some, but it's been very strong for us. Really loving it. Finally getting into an area where it could really unleash. This was a trade we took off of this pullback, and it's kind of been doing a little, once it established higher lows. As you can see here, we have first low. And then once it established the higher low right here, that's where I took an entry on our call level. And then we're just kind of uptrending. We're kind of slow rolling it. So for me, what I'm really looking at on Disney is, you know, this is a pretty major level right here, which is right where we're at now, like that 113.50 or so. Because once we break through this, if we put on our volume profile, what happened? Did I just delete all my indicators? Shut the front door. Oh, I have the arrow on. I did delete all my... I'm so pissed right now. Hold on, guys. Those are the only two I need for now. Okay. So as you can see here, we're breaking over our point of control. All right? That's very important. I say all right a lot on my videos. I notice that I'm trying to break that habit. So I'm trying to not do that. So we've got that point of control. We hit our head. Now we're sitting above it. So that's a major confirmation. We are up pretty strong on the trade, but I do like a second chance here and we get lowering volume. So as we shoot through this range, which has lowering volume, as you can see right there, things do get interesting there. We should rip through it pretty quickly. And then my two take profit ranges are about 115.80 and then 119 or so. Oh my gosh, if I don't stop hitting the wrong hotkeys. So that's what I'm looking at Disney. And then obviously past that, we've got our 122. And then things get really interesting from there. And if we really back up and look at it in this type of range, I mean, I'm assuming you all could see it. Let me put on the daily. Can you see it? Can you see it, guys? Can you see it? We got an inverted head. And I'm just going to say, let's look at this pattern right quick. Okay? And then let's pull up Palantir. No, Hood. We'll pull up Hood. All right? Tell me that doesn't look like Hood did way back here. All right? We had that just kind of swooping, not quite an inverted head and shoulders, but close enough. We are literally, it's like we're sitting right here. All right? Or Palantir. Similar chart. Let's look at that. Shit. Look at. Boop, ba-doop, ba-doop. It's literally like we are sitting right here. So, just saying. A lot of uptrend to go on Disney. All right. So, anyway, once we break through that area, then things get pretty interesting. Then we start getting into a range where we have very low volume. As you can see, we're coming into an area with low volume. But as we break over that 120 or so, yeah, 130 is going to be a little rough. But, I mean, we should hit that 130. And then past that, we've got, you know, a pretty clear setup here. We've got a nice inverted head and shoulders. We've got a nice cup and handle. We have a cup and handle inside of a cup and handle. All the things. So that's what I'm looking at on Disney. What other charts was I supposed to do? Let me look. Dodge, no ridiculous shit you're requesting. Disney, Nike, UPS, Apple, SPY. All right, so Apple. I'm going to delete everything on this chart. All right, Apple. What a bounce today. Sheesh, 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 sheesh. I mean, this chart kind of sucks. But this, I mean, this is a pretty important area right here, to be fair. And the 200 EMA on the daily, not quite. We kind of bounced off the 50. We had the 50 and 20 cross. Bullish. It hasn't crossed back yet. EMAs are still lined up. Smallest on top. They're starting to curl down a little bit. Don't love that. I mean, I'm not really interested in a level here, but this is where I would take the position. That break and that hold. As you could see where we bounced to, we kind of bounced off volume, our point of control here. But at this break and hold, if we can hold, say, 238 into 240, you know, we should be able to start to push up into the 246 area. And then, of course, we've got highs after that. But this really isn't striking my fancy. We also have this little trend support we are taking. We did bounce off of today. And I don't care. Like I said, I have no problem drawing right through these trend supports because remember, when something dips through it like that and reclaims it, it just shows the strength of the trend, guys. Like even these days here, every single day still was super glued to it. It shows the strength of the trend. So that trend line's pretty important there on Apple. All right, what do we got next? SPY. I did. Oh, that's all of them. Wait, did I do Nike? I'm not sure. Just do it. Just do it. And remember, Nike's got a major catalyst with Skims collaboration. One of the fastest growing in history companies, $1 billion. Sitting just on top of point of control on this bad boy as well. And we're bouncing off a level we need to bounce off of, which is right here. Let me see if this trend, what is this trend line? It's not even drawn right. What the hell is this thing? So that matters. This trend line right here, that matters. We got rejection there. We really need to break out of that. That's pretty substantial. We want to hold this area. And now for already being in swings, obviously for me, stop loss is going to be into the gap. If we start to dip into this gap, I'm out. And then if we're not in calls yet, I would probably, I mean, you can make the argument to wait until we break back above this gap here, of course, but we're already in the play. So if you're already in the play, and we've got March and June on this one and have massive profits already we've taken. We want to see the bounce here, and I will stop out if we start to dip into the gap. As far as target areas, obviously we want to break back above this 8250. And then from there, I'm looking at, 85. And it's all Nike gaps constantly. So this is a very, very choppy and erratic chart, guys. But that downtrend line, this line is substantial, is important. And we had little rejection of it. We need to break that. We break that and we hold that with confirmation on like a weekly candle. Like it's time to get leaps on Nike. It's time for leaps. Like I'd be going out to 2026, late 2026 on Nike at that level. I hope that answered all your questions. You guys have any questions in the chat real quick? All right. Well, I'm going to end this. Thanks, guys. Bye.